Come on. Okay. Well, Martin, that was a very professional, that was a 90-minute performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the best of the whole season, certainly one of the very best away from home. But it just shows the value of the hours that Douse puts in, because we're a long way from Woking up here. This is his second trip this week, and he came up on Tuesday to watch the game against Sutton and prepared the boys really well for the challenge. And I think there was nothing that surprised us. We know how good they are, we know how hard working they are, and then they build up to the game, and especially when we were talking on the pitch, we said, well, if you don't work as hard as them, you're not going to win. And they took it on board, and they were great. The boys were great today.
Well, I think, we have had games in the past few months when the midfield have been criticised. I thought the work rate of the midfield today was superb, really, in covering the yards and blocking the passes.
Yeah, I think probably the best Kane maybe played for us this season. Obviously he's played a lot for Woking in the times we weren't there as well, so I wouldn't say it was necessarily his best ever game, but he was brilliant. Ben Dempsey was given a specific job, which he performed admirably, and the player that he was marking got substituted, and he locked on to the guy who took his place as well. And Max obviously is, apart from being a king penalty taker, he's really he's finishing the season strongly. He's missed some games through injury. He seems to have sorted that out. He's not 100% fit actually, but he's doing a brilliant job. And yeah, that was the cornerstone, the heartbeat of the team really. But everybody played well, and you don't always get 8, 9s out of 10 from everybody. Otherwise, you'd win every game. But today we did, and we won.
No, I was on the radio, and it was very hard to pick a man of match. And in the end, I think I went through virtually the whole team in who could have been. It's been said, I know Ian Dyer said that at this level of football, go 1-0 up, and teams are very hard to break down. I think Halifax in the past, that's the sort of, they've churned out a lot of those.
They've won a lot of games here, haven't they?
Yeah.
And the first goal, yeah, it was a definite penalty. I think we should have had another one as well, but that's obviously I haven't seen the video again, but I've never seen Jack Cook dive, so if he did today, well, he got a punishment for it, but it looked a penalty to me. So yeah, we were strong. We didn't panic. The moment, obviously, that went our way was when the ball hit the underside of the bar and didn't cross the line. So that's how fine the margins are, Ian, because we've played pretty well in most games this season. The fans will be saying, yeah, well, not that one, but most of the games we've played pretty well, and obviously we've got a good share of points. But being part-time it's not our fallback position, but we do understand when things go wrong, and we ask the supporters to understand that as well. That the boys we've cobbled together training for the last couple of weeks really because of the bad weather. We've been on artificial pitches, which is not ideal, and we picked up a couple of injuries today. So basically what they've done to get to 55 points with still a few games to go, and the chance for us all to look upwards. And it was a test of the players' ambition today.
Yes.
It'd be easy to sort of put the season to bed, really. Say, well, yeah, staying up was a target. But we asked the question, do you want more than that? There's your answer.
And the goal just before half-time as well. Just a word about the celebration there. I thought,
yes.
To be fair, I came up on the train with Max, and he did say if Heidi scores, we might do something.
Well, there's been a little bit of banter in the dressing room about Jake's insistence on goals that he thinks he scored, and maybe the rest of us don't think he scored. So it was a plan, and I have to say that sort of thing is normally dressing room talk, but it happened right on half-time, obviously, so I gave us a bit of breathing space, I suppose, with the goal. I thought it was a bit risky, to be honest, to do it, but what they did was leave Jake, and funnily enough, it was Musa who'd made the assist for the goal as well.
Of course, yeah.
And it was Musa who actually did score against Maidenhead when Jake was claiming it, and Jake's looked at the tape now. He knows it was Musa's goal, and I think everything's been put right, but it was a bit of fun.
And the Halifax fans, of course, wouldn't have had a clue what was going on.
No, and those who are televising the game wouldn't have had a clue either. But what I can say, I heard it said in the dressing room, Heidi, we only do it to you because we love you.
Yeah. And finally, in terms of the game, we've had a few games where we haven't really put in the 90 minutes. It's been like 80, had a 2-0 lead, I think, Ebbsfleet or Barnet or whatever, and you lose concentration for that just for 10 minutes, and you can lose a game. And this today was from the first whistle to the last, total concentration, wasn't it?
It was, and to be fair to Halifax, who are well managed and very, they'll probably feel they're punching above their weight, like we do as well, and they're above us. So congratulations to them. But I think the game on Tuesday took a bit out of them. We said at half-time they might find it hard in the latter stages of the game as well. So we're two tired teams at the end, but we just had the energy and of course the incentive with the 2-goal lead to just make that extra dart in, make the extra tackle, make that extra run forward. And yeah, I think everybody, there's nobody, the substitutions were all made for good sound reasons for bringing people on, not for taking people off. Everybody did their job.
And we finished a game with a 16-year-old, and I'm not sure how old Josh is, 19 or something like that.
Yeah, he was 18 when he came to us. I know he's 19. Yeah, so
which is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they have that pace to sort of be a let-out.
Jaden won about 5 headers, which was great, for a 16-year-old. It's interesting because a lot of young players want to go out and want to play games all the time. Jaden Warren wants to be with us. We want him to be with us. He's quite happy to learn and watch and get his few minutes. He got a few minutes over Christmas or something, and he's got a few minutes today, and it's all going to further his education, I think. I love him because as a goal scorer, people who want to score goals, who really live for scoring goals, are very hard to find. If you say to Jaden, how many you scored this season, all the games he played, 34. he knows, I may be underselling him there, but he's certainly done very. He scored we had a Woking 11 game in midweek, and he scored in that at Hampton as well. So no, he's one that we're proud to have with us, but we're not going to push him any quicker than things need to go. But it is great to have a 16-year-old come on and play. Wayne Rooney did that at 16, didn't he? Look where he ended up. So good luck to Jaden, and good luck to all the lads, because we ask a lot of them. Lads were getting up at 6 o'clock this morning to get to Euston in time to get the train into Manchester across to Halifax. And it's not easy. I mean, those who've been full-time in the squad would like to do it a more luxurious way, a more professional way, if you like, where we travelled yesterday and have a hotel and breakfast, proper briefing and everything. We're doing it as we can do it within the confines of the club, and the players have been absolutely magnificent. But just to say, as I started with a word from the manager, a word to finish with the manager today, because he has scouted Maidenhead on a Tuesday, not so far to go, fair enough. But he is also scouted here, and that those miles on your own, it's tough. I know it's what management's about, but you get your reward. If you work hard, you get your reward, and Dow certainly works hard.
And perhaps we could have Stanley Green, Rob's son, as mascot every week.
Yeah, that was a lovely part of it as well. If the fans won't know this, probably Rob Green is one of our own. Who was here. He lives in Harrogate, not too far from Halifax. He brought all the kids over. And Stanley is at he joined in the warm-up with great gusto and the bands for all the things, all the stretches and everything. But to be a mascot and see your team win 2-0 away from home, fan for life. Fan for life.
Yeah, don't think there was ever any doubt knowing Rob. Anyway, thank you, Martin. I know you're staying up here, so have a good weekend up here in Manchester, and we'll see you on Tuesday nights.
I'll be a lot more relaxed commentating than sitting in this dugout here, but commentating's what I do really, and it's definitely what I do, and I'm looking forward to another Manchester derby.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for your time, and have a good weekend.
Thanks.